Okay, let's start. Okay, so this is just good news for everyone. There's this National Day promotion. All right, so if you share on 88 tuition with your friends, with your classmates, or with even your family members, and they can get to enjoy one free lesson, live lesson. And then if they decide to sign up after the class, they get 25% off their first month, and you also get 25% off your next month of subscription. So it's a win-win situation. All right, and sharing is caring. So what you can do to share with your friends or family is to share the handphone number, all right, and then share your personal referral code. So each of you will have your unique 4-character referral code, which has been sent to your parents via SMS. So just share the handphone number, and not your handphone number, share this 88 tuition handphone number and share your personal referral code. The 4-character that was follow the 4 characters that was sent in the SMS. All right. So next, just a rule. I think I mentioned all these rules already just now. So basically, turn on your video and mute your microphone. Use the chat if you need to ask a question. Use the chat if you need to share anything. Raise your hand. Okay, if you need to go toilet, right? Just go. Just type in the chat, I'm going to the toilet. You do not need to ask me for permission. Just type in the chat, I'm going to the toilet, and when you're back, just type I'm back. All right. So please be respectful to each other, and there's no silly answer in my class. All right. Okay, now this is a syllabus for lower set. Just to go through very quickly what you are required to know for this topic. So you need to know ray model. All right. So we will look at the ray diagram, and then you need to know the different types of mirrors. We have plane mirror, we have curved mirror. All right. So those information will be in the subsequent slides. Then you must know the effect of all these different types of mirrors, whether your image is becoming bigger or your image becomes smaller. And you need to know how we use these different mirrors in our daily life. All right, so there are different types of mirrors. And then know reflection is the type of reflection is depends on whether it has smooth surface or rough surface. And you need to explain using the ray model of light. So I have the picture in the subsequent slide. And then a change in the speed of light can cause refraction. So you don't need to do calculation or angle. Now, calculation or angle is only in upper secondary, be it whether you take pure physics or whether you take combined physics. All right, so but set 1, set 2, calculation or angles is not required. However, I would like to hear from everyone in the chat. How many, can you all tell me whether your teacher has gone through this calculation or angles? All right, can you all type into the chat? For those of you who are in the process of learning this topic or have finished the topic, has your teacher gone through calculation or angles for this topic? Nice. Aaron, doing calculation, is it, or don't? What does it mean? Kiran, so your teacher taught you the angle thing. Okay, so some yes, some no. All right. So by right, it is not in set 1, set 2 syllabus, but there are some schools who may want to expose their students earlier in terms of calculation. All right, then describe some effects of refraction. So there is reflection with a letter FL. And then you have FR, different. Reflection and refraction, they are different. And then we also have dispersion. So there are 3 words here: reflection, refraction, and dispersion. All right, so these are the syllabus in lower set. Okay, so let's go through very quickly. Now we all know light is a form of energy. This is the speed of light. Now in a vacuum, anybody can tell me what is a vacuum? Anyone? So that we can move faster. Unmute yourself. Usually you will use your chat, but if I ask you to unmute yourself, any one of you can unmute yourself. So what's a vacuum? Anyone?
A vacuum is something which is like a space which contains absolutely nothing, no gas, no liquid, no solid. It's just absolutely empty.
Yes, with nothing at all. Who is that? Who's whose voice is that? Because he has just given me an excellent answer. So who is that who just spoke just now? Who has just given me the answer just now? Can you identify yourself, please? So shy, don't want to tell me your name now. Okay, but anyway, excellent answer given and very confident reply. All right, I think you do well in oral exam. Okay, so and also know that as light travels through different medium, like what do we mean by different medium? It means like whether light is traveling through air, or whether light is traveling through water, or whether light is traveling glass, different materials. All right. So when light travels through different materials, the speed of the light will change. All right. Just like if I ask you, if I ask you all to run on sand and run on the field, will you all run at the same speed? Unmute yourself. If I ask you to run, no, right? Which one will be easier? Running on the field versus running on the sand. Field will be easier, right? If you run on sand, you can try running on sand on the beach, East Coast Beach. Try to run while your feet will sink into the sand. It's quite hard to run on the sand. All right, so your speed will be affected by whether you're running on the sand or whether you're running on the what you call that, the jogging track. Okay, so same thing for light. Light traveling in air will have a different speed compared to light traveling in water, light traveling in glass. Okay, and in fact, you can see from here, light will travel the fastest in gases and it will be slowest in solids. All right, anybody wants to make actually, you can think of this as like an analogy. Gases, right? The particles are far apart. So it's as if, there's spaces for light to pass through. Okay, so light travels the fastest in gases. That is hopefully will help you remember better. Okay. Just now, I think, yeah, Zixuan, yeah, you typed into the chat, a place with no air, that's vacuum, good job. Okay, now there are three different types of beam. This is parallel. All right, we all learn parallel lines. So light always travels in a straight line. All right, so this is one line, is one light ray. So here you see a beam means several light rays. Okay, so this is one light ray, this is one light ray, this is one light ray. So a beam means a few. So this is a beam, this is a beam, this is a beam. So this is a parallel beam, this is a divergent beam, this is a convergent beam. Anybody wants to explain to me what's the difference between divergent beam and convergent beam? Unmute yourself, please.
Divergent beam is like light is going everywhere, but for convergent beam, they're gathered to one place.
Light is going through. Say again.
I think divergent beam is
yes.
like light at a point that's being spread out.
Ah, very good. Okay, good observation. Yes.
And for convergent beam, light are gathered at one place.
Well done. You are. I want to praise people. I need names, right? You are. Can you tell me your name, please?
Zixuan.
Zixuan. So well done, Zixuan. Okay. So the light spread out here is that the light going to one point. All right, going nearer. Okay. Now, how to remember? Anybody has a memory aid to remember? Okay, I give you an analogy. If a couple has a divorce or divorces, then they will go separate way, right? So how does that help you is, but please don't write for exam this way. So divorce, there's a DIV here. And there's a DIV here. Hopefully it helps you remember a bit. All right. Actually, it comes from the word diverge. All right. Diverge means going out, going more spread out. Converge means go to one point. Okay. Or going nearer. Okay. So divorces, if a couple divorces, the husband and wife will go separate ways. So like husband go here, wife go here, children. So basically go separate ways, or if best friends, quarrel, they go separate ways. All right, but hopefully best friends stay best friends forever, couple will stay married forever. Okay. All right, so these are the three different beams. So parallel, divergent, convergent. Any questions so far? Okay, then we go on. So remember, I mentioned about the reflection, there's refraction, there's dispersion. So there are these three phenomena of light. Okay, so we'll go to reflection first. Okay, so maybe I'm going to write here for you. So we have reflection, we have refraction, and we have dispersion. Right? Actually, dispersion is closely related to refraction. Okay, but these are the three things. So we're going to start with the first one, reflection first. So reflection, you need to talk about bouncing. Bouncing of what? Bouncing of the light. And then you must have a surface for it to bounce like a ball. Think of the light like a ball, you know. So the ball bouncing on the the ball bouncing on the floor and then bouncing up. If you throw a ball downwards, the ball will bounce up. All right, so reflection is the bouncing of light from a surface if the question asks for a definition. So you can look at your own reflection on the water, all right? Or you look at yourself in a mirror, okay? So two laws of reflection. So angle of reflection equals to angle of angle of incidence equals to angle of reflection. So what is angle of incidence? Now, first of all, this is like a light ray. So the light ray coming in, I use the word incident, not accident, right? Okay, so recently Yishun has a lot of incidents and accidents, which is actually all very sad, right? Okay, so anyway, coming to this incident, so the light is coming in, and then this is the mirror, all right? So the light will touch the mirror surface, use the word surface, and then it will bounce off, all right? When it bounces off, this is called reflected ray. All right, so you need to learn all these terms: incident ray, reflected ray. Then there's this dotted line. You must draw this using dotted line. Please don't happily draw with full line. Marks will be deducted. Okay, so what is normal? Normal is perpendicular to the surface. So this is your surface, like a horizontal line. Then you will have a vertical line. That is your normal, so that it makes a right angle. Right, so vertical line, horizontal line. So vertical line is the normal. Horizontal line is your surface, like the mirror surface. All right, and it makes a right angle. So if this angle is this angle of incidence, incidence come from the word incident. So this pink color is called angle of incidence. This blue color angle is called angle of reflection. Reflection comes from the word reflect. So please remember that all these two angles must measure from normal. Do you know why? Some students will happily, all right, draw something like that. They will draw a mirror. So they draw mirror like that, right, to show it's a mirror. And then they will draw a light ray coming in. Then it will bounce off this surface. So remember the word bouncing, like a ball bouncing, bounce off a surface. So you need to learn all these words: bouncing. All right, bouncing of the light off a surface. So the mirror is a surface in this case. And then the light ray will be reflected. Then a lot of students will think that happily they will label like that. Oh, this is the angle of incidence. And this is the angle of reflection. Is this correct? This is incident ray. This is reflected ray. Is this angle of incidence? What do you think? Yes or no? Is this angle of incidence? Can you type into the chat, please? Yes or no? Is this angle of incidence?
No.
Thank you for the response. I don't see anybody. Oh, thank you, Reina. All right. I really appreciate all the responses. All right, so that I know who needs more help, so that I'll be very happy to help you. Right, so don't worry, don't be stressed about giving wrong answer. All right, so just try. So this will be wrong. This is not. I will write that. So it's not. So let me erase it away. Oh, I can't. I need to go back to pen before I can erase it. All right. So if you want to know how to draw the angle of incidence, right, then